You talked about assets just now.
Correct.
One of the accusations, if you will, has been that BPL is about to or is giving away its assets. What's your response to that?
That's actually not correct. Now let me step back and talk about generation, or getting out of the generation business. What we're doing at BPL is we're essentially providing, the provider of our baseload generation will be a third-party entity. And so what do I mean by that? As a island of New Providence, the average power we require is about 180 megawatts per year on average. Now you have peaks in the summertime, you have troughs in the wintertime, but on average is around 180 megawatts. And if you take that 180 megawatts and then you consider a level of redundancy in that, which is normally about 3 additional engines, or what we call N-3, and when you assume that an engine is 20 megawatts, you're now looking at having 1, 2, possibly 3 additional engines available to you. So what we're doing at BPL is we are engaging Shell North America to provide the baseload generation. However, for peaking and additional redundancy, BPL will still own assets at Clifton Pier, still own assets at Blue Hills, and BPL will own all of its assets in all of the family islands. What we're looking at here is New Providence being our biggest cost center, actually having the base load being provided by a third party.
I'm going to talk to you about Shell in a little bit, but what's next now? You addressing this whole generation situation. What comes next?
What comes next for us is really focusing also on transmission and distribution. Obviously, from a generation strategy perspective, we've built Station A, we're going to build Station D. There's the Shell deal, which we'll get into later. But we want the public and everybody to recognize that in addition to having very, very trying and challenging situations with our generation assets, the same also exists for a lot of our transmission and distribution assets. And so what we're doing now is we're looking at all of our substations, we're looking at our transmission grid, and we're shoring up those particular parts of our network as well.